so in this game looks really, really nice to have a 4-staff at least against Fiend Script, against the Nightmare, Sprout, Searing Chains, all these different abilities is extremely good. He's also doing what we've seen all the support Nagas do. They are the ones to buy the smoke, so they drop the smoke before summoning in the illusions, then send out the illusions to scout, so the enemy don't know that you have a smoke on you.
Clever.
I mean, it's a minor detail, but it's still important to do. You don't want to, like, show them for sure we are buying a smoke.
Info hoarding.
Yeah. And look at this move. Falcons. Aggressive intentions.
Where are they going? Into the Ancients, in behind Liquid, where Saberlight is standing. Or can they start with a Boundless Strike into Nightmare? Primal Beast has 800 HP, very tanky fella. Inside the Sprout, trapped inside and turned on by Falcons, but not finished off. He gets a bit of distance. Another touch will do it. 20 health, but they can't follow through. Monkey King, maybe? Boundless in 5. There's no way he's got time. So Saberlight's out of there. Good attempt from Falcons, though. Very close to first blood.
Yeah, nearly got him. If it was any other hero, perhaps, I think they could have gotten the kill. Even a Queen of Pain, you know, who might be able to blink. You could perhaps kill her during the Searing Chains there. But Primal has a lot of HP. He will be a bit late.
Very tanky boy.
Getting out to lane. He's slightly behind the creeps, so he can't body block them. So positioning of the lane is going to be perfect for Skeeter. And he is going up against Nature's Prophet Bane. This is not a trivial lane.
And where's his buddy? Boxy, down in the bottom lane. So hiding in the trees, waiting and looking for a first blood attempt.
The scouting with the Naga illusions, but already Monkey is being very cautious. He knows he hasn't seen the support. Sitting back.
And then trying to deal with these illusions as quickly as they can. How good is Grimstroke here at dealing with Naga illusions?
Not great. It's sure the Stroke of Fate is pretty strong, but you also just have to continuously deal with the right-click trade, and you, like as you see here on screen, you don't really do any damage to her. She has 5 armor. She's a melee hero. She has more damage block than you do. Being a range hero, you just get bullied away. Also, Naga is a super fast hero. He has 40 movement speed less than her. It's kind of crazy.
So just completely chased out a lane. And then I guess once you get into these 1v1 scenarios, you've got the Naga winning the 1v1 against Grim, then Queen of Pain winning the 1v1 against Monkey King. And just how an outright win for Liquid in that bottom lane.
Yeah, it's a good start at least, for sure. And looks like they might have to get a bit creative as well up top lane, since that lane Primal Beast is not going to have an easy time getting close to the creeps.
And in towards mid,
trading.
9 and 1 apiece. Looks very even in there.
Yeah. But Malrain done a good job so far. He had 2 more creeps to kill, so he's actually ahead by 2 last hits and 1 deny. All things settled.
That's pretty good for him. And looks like bottom lane, Monkey King able to drag this lane back a little bit away from the Queen of Pain and Naga, just to get what last hits you can. While Saberlight not having the same fortune. And Boxy might have to start dragging waves here, because snaking full resources is 1v2 zoning.
Yeah, this is also what Bane is really good at. He is one of the experts at trading hits. And if you ever overstay yourself a little bit there, then the sleepwalk facet can be really dangerous. Pulls you out of position with the Nightmare. He wants to do it to Saberlight right now.
And I guess they're in a hard situation where if Boxy goes in, like, if they have to drag wave later on, if he goes there, the Bane could stop him from dragging, or the Bane could go and just like, kill the Primal Beast, potentially.
Yeah, you just get slept. You can never pull the creeps against the Bane. Very annoying. Similar to what we talked about with Shadow Demon Disruption, stopping it. This is another one. A lot of supports that are good in current patch have this trait. If you think about Pugna, that's also one that can do it. You can decrepify the enemy hero if they try to pull.
True. That makes life pretty challenging here for Saberlight with only 7 last hits. Let's see if he's able to catch up at all. As Boxy goes aggressive onto the Nature's Prophet, trying to use their magic damage and spells to get on top of Skitter here. Saberlight will close the gap, and Boxy burning him down with a Firefly. His lane being right in front of tower puts them in a good spot, but the Bane and the Nature's Prophet, too tanky, able to turn around and kill Boxy off. And Skitter just stays alive.
It looked like it might work out, but just don't really have enough damage with the Batrider getting slept and pushed the other direction. We see Skitter spamming some heals on himself with the Sprout.
And Liquid have always got to be worried about that Nature's Prophet TPing. And if he comes into mid, Nisha could potentially die. Dogpiling on bottom lane could be a nice move as well to give Monkey King a bit of control back in his lane. And Liquid kind of moving Boxy out of that top spot now to stack and try and find a home for himself.
Yeah, this top lane is not going the way they wanted. When you're playing Primal Beast and Batrider, you want to be able to find kills on the lane, but Bane being as tanky as he is not a great target, so he went for the Natures instead, but that cost him a lot.
So, how large of an effect? Oh, he's snaking up.
They're going on snaking. He was a bit alone.
Yeah, they nightmare the Batrider, but Sablelight's over the top. Though. Sablelight's dying, though. Oh, he just drops.
He's got
Snaking able
still
to turn with Skitter. Boxy trying to finish him off, but Falcons just impenetrable in this top lane.
I mean, it's a full HP Bane is not easy to burst when he has Raindrops, Magic Stick, and Fair Fire as well. It's a lot to go through.
How large of an effect did Saberlight nearly dying have on this lane? You mentioned his, he couldn't block the creeps.
It's really impactful. Like, I think they needed to get this creep wave back so he could last it comfortably on the first creep wave. Oh, they're coming back for a snaking round 2.
Yeah, they're gonna have a shot. They got him this time. Right under the tower. Well, attempt number 3, and it goes their way, killing off the Bane.
And finally, with him gone, they can pull the creep wave.
At long last.
Yeah, but it's already 6 minutes in, 5.5 minutes in. So getting this pull now is not as impactful as doing it on a second creep wave. And now Boxy has to head towards mid. I told you the runes are going to be super important, so we already see supports congregating towards mid.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're already seeing the breakdown of the lanes because Liquid feel it's untenable to stay up top. It's an uninhabitable lane basically right now for them. And so shift efforts into mid, put pressure onto this Ember Spirit a little bit, but look at Falcons. Amar has come in to gank the mid lane. Looking at Nisha's Leshrac as a tasty morsel, and Falcons, the speed at which they're playing with 5 heroes? 5. 5. For all 5 heroes in the mid lane, minute 6. You weren't joking.
Yeah. No, the runes, man. They want the runes, and they got them. This was a lot of heroes invested, but quite quickly they can get back to their lanes as well. Using Nature's Prophet TP, Monkey King, sure, he invested some time here, but his lane is so bad against the Queen of Pain that he wants an excuse to leave it. He wants a reason to go and get active somewhere else.
Wow, snaking. Double blocking the camps now. Spots the stacks, puts the sentries in, and minute 7 about to hit with Malrine rotating over. They want to contest this Wisdom Shrine. Naga Siren with a Primal Beast. Going to turn and burn, though. Firefly and a Flame Break over on the Snaking. He pops his Magic Stick and stays alive for a little bit longer. In comes Nisha, though, to clear up the mess, kill off the Bane, and force them away from this Wisdom Shrine. Ember Spirit doesn't have any more remnants, but they've not got any catch for him either.
Yeah, so he gets out. Ultimately, 4 heroes invested to defend their Wisdom. They successfully do so, but they did only get the support, so Ember is going to stay alive for now. I'm still sticking around top. He did do quite a bit of damage to Saberlight, and Saberlight doesn't have a natural way to regen, being a Primal Beast. So he's in this awkward spot where it's like, do I stay on lane? Do I go base? What do I do? And they want him. Still hunting for him. They know it's an easy kill. Oh no, he wastes his onslaught.
Oh no, he's gone right into the middle of them. Phantom Embrace into the chain, silenced and caught. Malrine will take the kill. Meanwhile, Amar down at the bottom rune spot, and being eyed up by a Naga and Leshrac, but the Monkey King, it just turns into a tree.
He's sliding out there, getting, he looks more like a post 4 Monkey King right now with how he's moving around the map everywhere, and he might even get caught as the nice Sprout coming in from behind.
Nice attempted Flame Break, but now it devolves into chaos. The Lash Right getting Boundless struck and killed off in the river. Primal Beast is going to jump in on towards Skitter. Nature's Prophet very low. Should be brought down here by Liquid as they turn on him. And Sonic Wave clips all four, pushing back Amar and Crit. The damage from Liquid is good as they bring the Mickey, Queen of Pain, into play. Crit now in danger and snaking on the run. Malrine wants nothing to do with this anymore as Mickey and Sableye go diving deeper onto Crit. They've got a Nightmare, sleep up the Naga Siren, and Crit so close to death, but surviving and denied, in fact, by snaking in the end.
That's what friends are for. Just slap you in the face when Queen of Pain is trying to kill you. Well, he finishes that off, so at least no more gold for the Queen, but very good join by Mickey, his first move. He said, Monkey, you've been running around doing a lot of things. I'm gonna join once and do a lot of things in single fights. And then he's back to his lane, working on the Maelstrom build that he's going for. No power treads, by the way. No boots on the Queen of Pain at all. Instead, just Falcon Blade into Maelstrom Rush.
Yeah, who needs boots when you've got Blink?
Exactly.
Unnecessary. All things considered now, pretty dead even game, but they're on this Queen of Pain looking to upset the balance one more. Falcons, the speed at which they come out of the woodwork, TPing in, jumping over the trees, it's always surprising.
Yeah, this is what we expected when we saw the Nature's Prophet, though. Hyper-active gameplay. He's been in all kills but one for Falcons. So Nature's Prophet really is the hero enabling all this gameplay. But this gives some time for Sableye to recover. He was having a really bad lane. Now he's pushed the tower a little bit, doing some safe farming.
Another move into mid. And just ping-ponging from one lane to another. But Malrine has to use the remnants to slip away, as that damage came through pretty quickly. Now, honestly, the Falcons may be sick and tired of having these hour-long games that they've had to endure and play through, now looking for a quicker strike.
Yeah, they're at least trying to get the upper hand going into the early mid-game. But at the same time, I think Nature's Prophet making all these moves is definitely helping out, but he has been close to falling. If they can find some key kills on him, then the battle can turn pretty hard. And now they have some good tools available on Liquid as well. They have the lasso, which can always punish overextended TPs.
Ah, the smoke gank into the Ancients, the classic from Sableye. Using the remainder of the smoke that was popped on him.
Just trampling around without any retaliation. Feels good.
Yeah. Boxy with Insania. Where are you going? Right near a Watcher. We're a couple of minutes ahead of the curve for Wisdom Shrine, so this looks like set up into kill into tower around this catapult wave.
Yeah.
And Amar is the one to show.
We'll see Amar's Monkey King, but diving on the tower, you know that there's going to be a lot of reactions very quickly. They're going for it, though.
They still jump in on him. It looks like they weren't quite sure if they want to commit, but now with a lasso into Sonic Wave, they've got it. Amar dead, and that's what they came for.
And a bit low on the reactions there. Snaking TP'd in very quickly, but he was the only one really joining as the Grimstroke finishes up his level 6 up top.
And Nature's Prophet just tucks into the jungle for a little bit. Yeah, things slow down a touch after that one Mickey rotation in towards mid. Falcons take their foot off the pedal for a moment. And Liquid will absorb all of that space they can. Already Primal Beast jumping ahead of the Monkey King by about 400 net worth is a good sign for Liquid. But you've always got to contend with this Nature's Prophet, Ember Spirit, global presence, taking up areas of the map that you don't expect or are much safer than you're able to go and invade.
Yeah, so far, game is very even, though. More even than I expected after a laning stage. Going on
Sableye again. In we go with Inkswell. Sprout silencing him up. There's a lot of damage required to bring the Primal Beast down, so the Soulbind is needed. Still lacking that final touch, though, with the Sprout additionally in. They've killed off Sableye and Boxy to follow, but Nisha running forwards towards Malrine, nightmared up so he can't give chase. And TPing out Nature's Prophet, surviving it while snaking. And getting hunted by the Queen of Pain, but I don't think Liquid can keep going into the darkness of that northern jungle.
A bit difficult to keep going there as Amar gets shadow struck on mid lane. He just shoves him away, keeps farming a bit. He has the Maelstrom, of course, so his farm rate is pretty decent. The Queen of Pain, by the way, I expect is not gonna go for any points in Scream. So not literally this Queen of Pain, because you won't take the Pain ability, but now it's stats time, most likely. The idea with Maelstrom is that you don't need your AoE nuke, and instead you get +8 to all stats, and you farm really well.
It's pain for thee, but not for me.
Yeah.
Just wants to be the dominant one. That's fine. Might get dominated by this Marine Ember Spirit, though. That is so quick, isn't it? Marine makes the move, backup of crit, Skidder TP's in, easy as you like.
It was a very clean setup there as well. They like go in the tree line. At top, they get the Bane. Not the massive pickup that you might want as a carry kill on the Queen, but at least something. But yeah, just saying the Inkswell before Ember jumps in really allows the chain stun to be so natural.
It's so good. Now, Mr. Monkey King going and scouting out enemy Ancients area. There's nobody there, so he's going to weasel back over to his side of the map. And it looks like now it's Liquid's turn to really turn up the heat. Smoking and twin gating down bottom and looking at Malrine. And what's the starting move, though? Pulverize? It's so difficult to catch this Ember Spirit.
Actually, I do know. I do know what starting move
Song
is, but
into
they
net?
didn't do it. Yeah, exactly. Song into net would have been the easiest way to start that, but it's so big resource commitment. Like, maybe he wants to hold it defensively, and they did have blink on Lesh, so maybe he can blink and stun, but you know when you play against Malrine, he's not going to be slow enough that you get a blink stun on him without Kayasha or something on the stun. It's not happening.
So then Malrine gets out. Liquid have to repurpose themselves, try and shove in towards mid, but with all of the kind of preemptive, aggressive moves Falcons have been throwing their way, looking at the map state and this kind of building of net worth now, 2k lead for Falcons, all of their tier 1s still alive, right? It's been hard for Liquid to really encroach on the enemy side of the map.
Yeah, I think
they don't have global TP.
Liquid also don't have the most natural building destroyers. Queen of Pain doesn't really push that hard. The Primal Beast, sure, he does have an innate that makes him do more damage to buildings, but that doesn't make him a pushing hero, sadly. When we will set the Mask of Madness Primal Beast meta.
Yeah, with a Deso.
Exactly. Smash them towers.
There's a good little pick off on Insania down in the bottom right corner. Falcons maybe now can get themselves in towards that mid lane. And the tier 1 tower there would be a nice objective to clear, and a Queen of Pain kill to start things off would be nice as well, but Mickey has pushed them all back, silence for a moment, but is able to kill. Oh, look at that. Snaking right place, right time to get the Fiend's grip. Now Batrider in trouble as Malrine in crit will encircle the Bat, Boxy down, a wicked 6 streak for Malrine, and the tower in the mid lane against the Catapult and a Nature's Prophet. Not long for this world.
Holy. And it goes from bad to worse as the shield rune is picked up from the Ember as well. He's gonna be even more aggressive now. That was really nicely played by Snaking, by the way. He used the Enfeeble to lower the cast range from the Queen of Pain, so she couldn't blink far enough to get to safety. And
clever.
He was hoping that he wasn't gonna need to ulti, but since she couldn't blink far enough away anyway, he could easily just say, okay, I will ulti you if I need to, and just finish her off.
And now Saberlight. Is he being eyed up by Falcons as a kill? Just going to prod him out of the lane for now.
He gets to safety, but who's going to defend against the Malrine Ember? I don't think anyone wants to fight him right now. Mage Slayer, Kaya, and this shield rune. He would need so much damage to try and bring him down.
Yeah, he's becoming an absolute monster. It feels like a little bit of desperation leaking into Liquid's moves now. A couple of smoke ganks down into the bottom corner, not happening. Now smoking into mid. They would love a kill on Malrine if they can just grab him. They'll jump and lasso. That's the start they need. Into the Pulverize. Chain stun beautifully. Kill the Ember Spirit and get that streak. Precisely what Liquid required in this moment.
Yeah, they really did. 1,200 gold almost for that pick-off. That is some big juicy payday. But sadly, they can't turn it into too much more, right? Normally, we look for a pick-off into a tower push, but Creep Wave wasn't even close, and they can't immediately start laying into the mid tower. As I previously mentioned, the heroes just don't actually take buildings that well. So all tier 1s still standing at 18 minutes, 14 Falcons.
But this is a very strong period of the game from Liquid with the triple blinks. We talked about it in the draft, the fact that they are able to get on top of people, like especially Nature's Prophet. This Saberlight, Nisha, Boxy, all with that maneuverability. If they're able to find Skitter. Step one, where is Nature's Prophet? Where is Carmen Sandiego? You're not quite sure what city he's in.
Well, they have 3 blink daggers, and then they have the queen blink as well. And Naga Siren has 1,800 gold saved up. He hasn't put anything in quick buy. Insania, is it just going to be a blink from you as well? Will we see a full team blink?
Well, there's one of them. Into the second, double blink on top of this crit Grimstroke. And he'll know there's vision there for sure. But a quick in and out play from Liquid. Maybe transfer this into a tower in the bottom lane.
Yeah, some attention down towards bottom, but this frees up more space for the Ember to go and steal Ancients. There's an Ancient stack that he's trying to take away. Monkey King might get spotted by the Naga, but he pretends to be a tree. Very nice, very convincing. Looks real to me.
Not plastic at all.
Yeah, see, that's one of those trees where I would never be able to tell that that one was Monkey King, you know? But if it's on mid lane, like standing near the river, it's like, you know those trees pretty well. But these side lane trees, like who knows which trees are where on this part of the map.
I could have a good memory for that.
Speaking like an average mid player, I don't know what side lanes look like.
The furthest you've ever been is the water rune.
Maybe I would get suspicious now as that one is sliding around in my vision, though.
Wait, are all mid lane players just hobbits? They're not allowed to leave the Shire? The furthest they can go is that farmer's field? Oh, the tree cut! Oh, Amar!
Wow.
Down you go.
Well,
Toppled from the trees.
He was under a ward for quite a while, and then Saberlight blinks in with Trample enabled, which insta-kills the tree. Unfortunate for the Monkey King. He did a little bit too much invasive moves.
And these big blink daggers paying off. And it was, what, a 6-7k lead for Falcons moments ago. Dipped down to 3, you're bringing it back into a much more balanced game. And then Liquid starting to play into that next round of timings. The BKBs. Huge pickups when I get them.
Exactly. By the way, it's not going to be Blink on Naga. He's going for the more standard, I want to say, older build, the Solar Crest, buffing up people. So perhaps he just wants to be able to save his Queen of Pain when she goes aggressively.
Crit?
Crit is trying to stay alive.
That's pretty tight.
He has 18 Magic Stick charges. He just used his Lotus and then blinks away.
He's got skill as well, which is why I'm flinching and he's not.
And now, with the Brain Sap upgrade on Bane, he can be pretty happy playing against the Naga Siren. You can heal some absurd amount of HP if you time it correctly.
Oh, with the shard? That's nice.
Yeah, exactly. And just pushing creep waves. He now went from being unable to push to, I can push side lanes.
Oh, good spot to be in. We were talking about that yesterday, right? The greedy support, and just go and sit in a lane. I mean, the fact that the tier 1 tower is still alive minute 21 is astounding, honestly. The fact that Bane can now just sit there and farm, very nice for snaking.
Yeah, but this does mean that they're invading on the other side. Ember is actually going to be the one to go on Primal.
That Inkswell hits the boxy bat, so he couldn't get the lasso off before getting stunned, and now Liquid. I just get surrounded and overrun by Falcons who are straight into the Roche Pit.
What a beauty of a bind that was as well by Crits. Just catches the Batrider, stops everything really. Things are looking pretty bad for Liquid right now as Falcons are getting away with their game plan.
Well, yeah, Boxy tries to blink lasso Malorine, but then gets stunned, then bound up.
Yeah, the Inkswell was there to react, so dangerous to go close as he has the Instigate talent facet. Can instantly stun you when you get close to Inkswell whenever he wants to.
Now Aegis for Nature's Prophet, who is top of the net worth, where he belongs. And getting close to that Hurricane Pike, which is going to put him in fighting shape.
I think more impressive to me than Nature's Prophet net worth right here is the Ember. Ember is just so enormous for a mid laner. 12,000 net worth right now. Got the full Kaya Sanj, got the Mage Slayer, and 1,800 gold towards, or 1,900 towards his Aghanim Scepter.
And some scribbles on the map from Boxy, trying to maybe reclaim that bottom jungle, push out mid. But Falcons come straight down that bottom lane, gunning it for this tier 2 tower.
You know what I think is a key thing in this game that is didn't stand out to me immediately. So Nisha Leshrac hasn't had the best game here. Why is that? Because Falcons always bring so many heroes. Leshrac is a hero that innately now wants to fight and burst single targets. The more heroes are nearby, the less you can do with your edict, because you don't direct all that damage to one target. But since Natus Prophet has always been joining, we have a very active Monkey King as well.
Yeah.
He just hasn't found the pickoffs that he needs.
And he's kind of squishy, right? Leshrac, if he's turned on by 5 heroes.
Yeah, and then we have the hero that we haven't talked about that much, but Amar's Monkey King now has Diffu BKB. So he can fill that role of the offlaner, being a frontliner. The ulti can work as a sort of AoE control. He's not going to be dying that easily to all this spell damage coming out from Radiant.
Liquid just desperate to finish off these BKBs now. And there's the Primal Beast one. We're still...
They desperately need the BB on Lesh, so he doesn't get Mage Slain. The Mage Slayer effect is too good against him.
How far is he? Still quite distant, no?
Yeah, he's 1,300 gold away. He's got a journey to go. Gotta keep farming, but farming 1,300 gold, you know there's gonna be some fights before then.
Yeah, for sure. So then coming down to Boxy with Saberlight. They're sat in this mid lane looking for a pick. And these are the 2 playmakers right now, maybe with the help of the Queen of Pain to bring a bit of additional damage. And something is definitely coming their way. Boxy attempts off the back of that Observer Ward as it turns nighttime. But Bay a little bit too quick. Skitter, he has just TP'd in on top of them. Sprouting Saberlight. Song is there. Insania is going to come in and hit that reset button. Ooh. We've not seen a lot of this so far this game.
Bit disjointed, right, though, the communication, going BKB and Song there, that was enough to use one of the tools, but Liquid kind of panic using both of them. Obviously, I think he was scared that there was going to be a Fiend script, so he wants the Song and protect him.
Mickey just blinked. Sonic Wave to push back Skitter and Amar. The damage and the control
and they
through
don't
the
have
Fiend
Song
script,
anymore.
and the Natus Prophet just kills off the Quab.
Oh, we see immediately the pain of that. If he didn't use Song after the BKB on Primal Beasts, he could have saved Mickey right there.
So unfortunate for Liquid.
But Falcons the recognition to find that kill. So aggressive.
The Monkey King effect, right? Just jumping across trees. Oh, Queen of Pain blinked away from a neutral camp. Well, I don't mind if I do.
Yeah, he's sliding around.
Sees the Batrider.
Boxy.
Wanted to go on it.
It's so aggressive. Boxy could blink him and lasso him and pull him into the base there, but he also has BKB ready, and Queen of Pain being dead, damage is limited. Up top, Nisha just wants his BKB.
And just dead though. Gets the BKB in the dying throws up in that top part of the map. But yeah, real rough game for Liquid now as it develops into an 8k lead for Falcons, as it seems like they're continuing that run of good form against Liquid.
Yeah, Falcons are just looking like the team in full control of this game, and not necessarily scaling less either. They have very good late game, with Nature's Prophet being a crazy hard carry. Monkey King on the off lane is more carry than you would expect from your off laner. And Skeeter just takes the mid tower using the Aegis. No one wants to go on him.
So what does Falcons have to be afraid of? You know, Liquid, backs against the walls, the scared animal, often the scariest, right? Can Liquid punch back? What's their big move? Like they've got BKBs.
Yeah, I think respect the BKB timings, because you've been dominating them really hard, but 2 BKBs are done right now. Queen of Pain working on hers as well, so triple BKB is coming up very soon, and that will be a massive shift in power. Sometimes it's easy to get complacent when you're dominating this much, so they need to recognize this power spike as well. But they do have tools against it. They still have Soulbind, they still have Fiend Script.
Oh, Amar leaps away from the bat while they're hunting the Naga on the other side of the map. They almost have that Monkey King, but he's just too quick for them. Now a lot of pings onto Mickey's Queen, but TP out there will be fine.
He's gonna go farm the safe area, but this is really Liquid's story, this game. Just fighting for scraps, right? They're basically cleaning out what they can, but Falcons are the ones who are running the show. And again, hunting. They know they went bottom. They gotta go under a ward though. Sableye sees them. He can get out. We can turn.
You can turn and kill maybe with the Leshrac here. They blow up Crit, but the arrival of Skitter and the damage onto Nisha. They pop their BKBs Liquid and try and run away, but Monkey King over the top. He's still gonna get grabbed up as the Ember Spirit zips over, but misses out with the Leshrac. Now with the Sonic Wave, Mickey can turn, kill off the Monkey, and Liquid so far a decent trade. Skitter with his BKB going, but now wearing out, realizes he's got to bail. Sableye and Nisha, both with a tiny amount of HP, have to be so thankful that they survived.
Yeah, I don't think Malrine realized how close the Leshrac still was. He must have thought they blinked away behind the Fog of War. But if he Slider Fisted there, he would have gotten a kill. He Remnanted it, and I was sure that's just a quick Slider Fist click, and he gets the kill. 60 HP on the Lesh, but he gets away. So, something good coming out of this. You know, otherwise very hectic timing for Liquid.
Yeah, it draws Falcons all to that bottom side of the map. It opens up the rest. So now Sableye can kind of farm into Ancients and Large Camp, but I don't know how safe he is.
Oops.
As he gets run at by Ember Spirit and Nature's Prophet, TPing over the top to get another kill for Malrine.
So difficult to get away, even if you have your Onslaught and your Blink Dagger. It's not really enough, as the continuous damage coming in all the time can't really use his Blink, and BKB was still on cooldown from the bottom engagement.
This duo, Nature's Prophet and Ember Spirit, like I'm here thinking, yeah, it opens up space, I'm saying it, and then as I'm saying it, I'm made to look stupid, because it isn't space, it's fake space. You're thinking, okay, we fought them bottom, we killed a couple of heroes, I can go top safely. I can be in my Ancients. There's a ward there, and they can just TP on top of you.
Yeah, not even TP. The Ember has that 3,000 range Fire Remnant, which, you know, it's a crazy area. I think the Spectator couldn't even hover the Fire Remnant, and you can see, like, the map indicator for how big it is. It's just crazy. You can fly so far.
Let's see what the move is from Liquid, because they are all gathering up. It's time to tighten up as Roshan could start spawning. We'll see if they're able to take... It's going to be daytime Roshan, it looks like. They'll take control of that area as Liquid. Maybe get a ward in the enemy Ancients as they scan up there, but it doesn't turn red.
They're close to the Monkey King. If they get to see him first, I mean, they have the single target lockdown to burst him. But he's heading the other way. They're going Tormentor, as the second Torm is spawned. It's actually Radiant, or it's actually Falcons who are scanning the Torm, making sure no one is hiding around here. Oh, shard from Monkey too. That is a strong shard to get.
But it wasn't hard enough to kill people already.
Yeah, BKB, changing of the guard, Mischief, and now the shard. Monkey is becoming very difficult to deal with. And he's going Linken's as well. I respect that item choice in this game. This is a fantastic Linken's game. Against Batrider, against Primal, even the Ensnare.
Yeah, it's so good. And Liquid using this moment to come up and set up a bit of base camp in the enemy Ancients, and preparing for that Roshan to respawn, who does.
There's a DD rune on Ember, so Marine definitely wants to fight, but they don't really want to rush up on the triangle. Instead, just shoving mid. See if they can elicit a response from Liquid.
Well, this is one of the upsides of the Naga Siren, being able to cut the waves and maybe open up a bit of map space for yourself from this position. You're able to manipulate the creep waves, but that's still very challenging. Usually that's one of her greatest strengths, but it's challenging against Nature's Prophet and Monkey King, who are doing a very similar thing, but better, because they're cores.
Exactly. I mean, she does what she can. She can prevent the mid lane from pushing in, but you can't control the entire map. But Liquid are actually the ones taking down a tower. They get the tier 2 tower, so they're being active, making stuff happen while 12,000 gold behind. This is not easy to do.
And it feels like that comes from that placement on the map, right? They sweep through, they take they make a stronghold right in front of an objective.
Yeah. And Naga's getting close to that point where she can start having big impact on the fight. She has Blink, is closing in on a refresher. Even after the Solar Crest initial item. Soon she can have the double ulti.
Multiple resets. We've seen how useful they can be. Attacking themselves down near the bottom twin gate. Liquid trying to regather all their forces as Roshan is being eyed up by Team Falcons. Looks like no smokes, just raw natural movement out into the forest. The fake tree.
They have the Naga illusions to scout and provide vision.
Boxy.
Like throwing some rocks.
Monkey King jumps over looking for Boxy. They've caught a couple in the searing chains and the Bat Rider's dead. Skitter now, the focus onto the Primal Beast. Easy pickings onto Saberlight. As a double kill dominating Nature's Prophet comes in to claim some names.
Yeah, I mean, it was cute. They tried to go with the Blink Lasso 4-staff play, try and get a catch on someone, but ultimately not able to get the initiation they wanted, and quickly the rest of Liquid dip out. So at least they don't lose a massive fight, but that is again 2 heroes dying plus the Aegis now. Falcons just running the show. Even Skeeter is queuing up the Lincolns now. I think they're recognizing the only way they lose this game is by lassos and Primal Beast ultis, locking down the correct target.
And there's not much outside of that to pop the Lincolns.
No, yeah, you're always wanting some good Lincoln's breakers. I mean, I guess Lesh can do it with Lightning Storm, but that means Lesh has to be close enough to do that as well. Queen of Pain, you know, same thing. Chestrek is possible, but it's also so dangerous to go close when this Fiend script is always there. Snaking has a very important role in locking down the BKB heroes.
And I'm just trying to think how to phrase this. We've seen, you know, the way that Katomi played this Naga Siren with that song, with the blink, the refresher, kind of resetting, stopping the enemy from fighting, and then turning around and allowing your team to fight, right? It's not just a stop enemy, it's a set up teammates. What, is there something here that the Naga Siren is or can set up for? Because there's no black hole or arena, right? Doesn't feel like there is a big ulti.
It's less about setting up for her own team. I mean, you can set up into like onslaught to quick stun. If the onslaughts, you can't really react to it. Snaking, just rolling by everybody.
Nisha is in with Saberlight right on top of him. Bane down while Monkey King turning onto Boxy, but a Song of the Siren comes out from Insania, and they're looking at the Ember Spirit. Can they kill him? Ensnare is there. The Sonic Wave to push him across. The Naga Siren refreshes up as Saberlight tries to trample around, but the Ember Spirit has broken free. Monkey King is fine. Another Song here now to disengage and reset. Snaking brought back to continue this fight, and Insania might just have to die. No, he blinks away. Ember with this remnant, though, zipping forward, straight towards the Naga Siren to clear out Liquid's support.
And so
Nisha,
Amar
still found. Amar leaping over, gets the bonus kill. A cherry on top, the Lashrak. A massive pickoff with no buyback available could lead to a set of racks for Falcons now.
All thanks to the shard he got from the Tormentor. This Monkey King can chase people really hard. 65 seconds, no Lashrak. Mid lane has to be forfeit, but sadly they don't have a tier 2 tower bottom. This push is just gonna continue. They even have the banner, so the glyph is not gonna do all that much. And Saberlight, he's being hunted. Ember is
He
on.
is by multiple supports. Oh, Malreen's come here as well. Snaking was chasing him all the way from mid lane. Malreen and Crit, though, will be the ones to collapse on him and kill him off properly, while mid lane has been dismantled entirely.
And now he's dead for 50 seconds. So Skeeter says we can go bottom. Still has Aegis on Nature's Prophet, mind you, so he's not even easy to go on. And yeah, sending some tree-ins to help him push this. I don't really know what they're supposed to do on Liquid, man. I think you just drop this lane and fight when you're strong, but I don't know. They are respawning soon on Leshrac. Maybe they can mount a defense. Queen still has cooldown ult. Oh, she has ulti now.
So many things have to go right. There's 2 minutes on Aegis on Skitter, so you can do this, yes, drag him into tier 4s and try and kill him once, but even that's a struggle. Skitter dies now, but in jumps the rest of his team. Malreen and Amar just make short work of Boxy. They've got the Soul Bind and a push back onto the Leshrac, but the Pulverize and maybe a swing in from Nisha. No, Malreen cannot be touched. Saberlight will try and dive in onto Crit, but this Ember Spirit and Monkey King have zoned Liquid back in their fountain. They can't escape, and Mar, the fountain farmer, jumps in right into the middle of the well. That is being poked and prodded, and they can't slip away, losing their buildings, losing their base. Liquid have been tamed.
I always
The
wondered what
Wild
the F
River has
stood
run its
for.
course. The Falcons are here.
The fountain farmer, that's what it was, yes. Saberlight thinks about farming top, but he knows everyone's coming over there. He can't even shut this creep wave. So final tier 2 tower is gonna drop. 45 seconds on your post 1, 45 seconds on your post 2. They are not gonna be here to defend this. It's just the support and 2 offlaners. We've seen this movie before, Gareth. It doesn't end well.
An impossible task.
Just, yeah, I don't know. I just song them. He can sing for quite a while, you know. He can stop them from mega creeps.
Yeah,
He
give
has
us a
2
full
songs.
opera.
Yeah.
Mega creeps are incoming.
He's not even gonna do the song. I don't know. You gotta go insane. Yeah, you gotta go. You can't let them have mega creeps.
And they've got this
Like
glyph.
this.
What, 4 seconds left for Quap and Lash? Looks like Skitter is committing to finishing off the buildings.
Yeah, and then they're gonna back and let you wallow in your sadness over here with no buildings. 30,000 leads. They know that this game is essentially over right now, but the only thing Falcons could do to lose this is by keep pushing right now and losing fights. So they're just gonna back for a second, reset, spend some of the gold they got, because taking all those buildings, they have 5,000 gold on Skeeter and Malrine. And they're already sending out items as well to assist some of the supports.
Leshrak he's queued up a Hand of Midas. Is that because they want to extend the game to minute 60 for the tier 5 neutral items?
He wants the golden touch. Nah, he went back for the Asha now. I don't know. I think they're already, you know, in the mood of talking about what went wrong and what they want to do for next game. There are 2 ways you can look at a situation like this, Gareth. You can say, why even play? Just GG out. You kind of lost. You know, don't become more sad. I don't think Liquid really gets depressed when they lose. I don't think they're the type of team that necessarily takes mental damage like that.
No, I mean, Liquid catching a Monkey King here. Like, they've always been a team that's one more fight. You know, one more fight until the bitter end. We'll see if we can have one more shot at it, because they find ways to find targets, open up team fights, and see what happens.
So that goes to the second point. If you're not getting depressed by sitting in this situation, then you can actually use this time to sort of think about what went wrong and what you can do better for your next game and series. Already, I'm not even memeing. I actually think that, you know, obviously they're trying to win, but this is a best of 3 series, and you want to win the series, not just this game. This game is looking pretty done for, as we see a lot of power spikes with Aghanim Scepter on the Bane now. Lincoln's, of course, on the Natures.
Yeah, I was going to ask if that Lincoln's wasn't there, maybe Liquid have a shot at lassoing him again. But
yeah, Refresher's coming in for the Ember soon, and he's going to be all over the place in the fights. And he has the mana for it as well, because Kaya Sanj with the mana cost reduction is really nice for a Refresher placemaking.
that's good. And slow and steady from Falcons. No reason to go bull rushing into Liquid's base. Saberlight tossing some rocks at Snake King. From Boxy, not able to close the gap fast enough.
At least they can kill the creeps, you know. The mega creeps are not invincible to them. They have good damage with the Mjolnir.
It's still a pain in the backside, though, isn't it?
It is.
That's all you're doing. Your task for the day is kill off mega creeps.
Yeah, you're literally busy non-stop just fixing lanes, and you know that you could be caught by Monkey King or by Fiend Script from Bane any moment. And meanwhile, Falcons are also comfortably just saying, let's wait for Roche, let's get Aegis, put an Aegis on Nature's Prophet, and then we throw the impossible question of how do you deal with this guy?
What's the real-life equivalence of this? Like, you just have to spend your entire day vacuuming the floor, and you're not allowed to play video games? Killing mega creeps non-stop for 5 minutes. Like, come on. More chores?
Yeah. Working 3 jobs, you know, not able to pay rent, can't get into a good situation. That's what this is.
Or you're a gardener, and your garden just keeps growing weeds over, and you just have to keep pruning weeds over and over again. Need more farm? I missed that. Thank you. Thank you, Patrick.
Yeah, a little bit of all chatting coming out from Nisha. Of course, Malrine. Obviously, we Falcons. Yeah. Well, they're pretty close. 36,000, so 14,000 more. Malrine is at the goal here.
Insane, he didn't even react. I assumed there'd be a Rice Mart. I wonder if they got them muted. That happens quite often, right? You just mute the enemy team.
It is notorious that some players will all chat while also having all enemies muted.
Yes.
You know, as a thing to get under the skin of the opponents. But obviously, Malrine does not have everyone muted. So it flies here to Nisha.
Well, Roshan's up. Falcons currently just looking at shoving these waves in as fast as they can. And maybe killing off Nisha. Blinks down to the south, but Snaking is on his tail. The BKB TP is not going to work out here against the Fiend's grip. Nisha dead. With buyback.
He does have buy, but I think they're going to go and force it right now. No buyback. Oh, well, forcing his buyback would already be a win condition. Ember is looking for something.
We've got a lasso
onto the Bane.
On the Bane, but in comes the rest of Falcons now to turn around. A pulverize there onto Snaking, not going to work out. The Song of the Siren cancelling this initiation as they've lost the Batrider. And Malrine chasing the Primal Beast back to Fountain. Yeah, herd the little sheep into the well. Well, Lamar can start focusing on these tier 4 towers. A Liquid will come out of their base with Mickey's Queen of Pain trying to fight back, but they've got a grip over to the side. The Queen of Pain has died. And this Song of the Siren, a last-ditch opera, sonata, whatever it might be. That's a short one, probably a pop song from Insania there. The game closes out, and Falcons take that 1-0. Not quite a 50k lead. Malrine was close, though. 47,000.
Yeah. I mean, almost on the money with the prediction